Hello, you. Fancy seeing you here in the Dark Souls 2 playthrough led by the Crate and Crowbar, played by me, Tom Senior, and attended attentively by Marsh Davies.
That's me, hello.
Yeah, how's it going, Marsh?
It's good. Why are we in the Black Gulch again, Tom?
Some shit has gone down, Marsh.
Shit?
We need to check it out. There's been a patch ahead of the release of the release of the updated version of Dark Souls 2, which is called Scholar of the First Sin. Scholar of the First Sin.
Scholar of the First Sin, okay.
So we're here to check out some of the changes that have been made. First of all, apparently, the description of a very important ring has been altered. Oh god, I've got no rings on.
That's not a good state to be in.
The King's Ring.
Maybe
it wasn't that one.
That's the old description, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's a different ring.
Maybe it's a different ring.
Or maybe we haven't patched the game. We'll find out
soon.
soon.
I downloaded the patch.
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
But I downloaded a patch. Yeah. Anyway, this is all going to be massively old news by the time this video actually rises. Rises?
True.
It goes online, you know. Oops. One of those words.
Suck it up.
Yeah, so the new NPC should be lurking in a cave somewhere near the DLC entrance here.
Yes, I believe so.
This is where we fought the Rotten many episodes ago.
There's a hole somewhere that leads somewhere.
There's a hole somewhere. It leads somewhere. Not that way.
Nope. Maybe it's right in front of us. I thought it was just over here.
Yeah, so did I.
What's going on here?
Follow the wall. What?
I'm sure it was there.
Left, just still left here.
Oh,
there
yeah. Found the butt crack eventually. Ooh. Oh no.
Exciting.
Ooh.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. I think it's new DLC content is what I think it is.
DLC flaming slug branch.
So that looks a bit like, well, I guess it looks a bit like the Witch of Izalith's creature that she turns into, which is all tendrily and kind of like roots of a thing mixed with an insect. It also reminds me of Ceaseless Discharge as well, the most entertainingly named enemy in games and also in Dark Souls.
The fact that he's on fire is interesting, isn't it? Given that pyromancy has such a weird reputation in the Souls universe.
Well, that was the thing that corrupted Ceaseless Discharge, wasn't it?
Came out the lava, didn't he? He had to bath loads of fire. Right, let's see what he has to say for himself.
Then accept the fate of your guilt and face the trials that await you. And yes, you have already joined the crestfallen. Young Arlo, there are but two paths. Inherit the order of this world, or destroy it. Only a true monk can make such a choice. Very few indeed have come this far. And yet your journey is far from over. After all, Hollow, have you what it takes? Truly.
Obvs, yes.
I can actually see its face now. It took me a long time to kind of work out which bits of it. Yeah, you can see the kind of undulating bit at the bottom are actually a pair of jaws. You can see, you kind of make out teeth.
Oh yes, and the eye.
And a kind of
burning eye
nose thing. I gotta say, his dialogue so far reminds me quite a lot of Framped.
Yep.
Giving you binary choices and telling you everything is fated, and you know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily trust what this man.
This the hell tree face flame.
Seek after Fenric. He who almost became a true monk. The Fenric is certain to guide your way. Fledgling Arlo, may we meet again?
from the weird flaming branch thing, and he's out of here.
Don't know what I think about him. I mean, he was friendly enough, but dubious.
I think your tying to Frampt was very astute. I think he's like offering the alternative choice to walk away from the cycle of light and dark and just doom the world to.
Yes, actually, that wasn't Frampt, was it? It was his.
Was it Carve? What was his name?
Yeah, but it was never clear whether they were really working in cahoots or or not. Certainly, both of them were deceiving you for their own end to some degree or another. I was thinking back about the things that the Finito guy told us. He was talking about the first death that he was kind of commissioned to look after the dead
yes.
by the giver of the first death. Is that Nito?
I think so. Yes.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's not human either. By his, I mean, he talks about humans.
But yeah, separate entities. Yeah, separate race.
So it's not clear what he is or who he's been created.
It sounds like the Nitos, the Melphinitos, and him are created servants. And, so all the gods created their own servants, didn't they? Like see, they experimented, and you saw his creatures. But obviously, the great dead one had his own servants, and I think the Melphinitos are them still alive in this universe.
I was quite interested in what place Nito has in the metaphysics of a universe in which death does not really exist.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine death did exist before the undead curse. Maybe that's the subversive thing about the undead curse is that kind of.
Well, I wonder if it's just a waning of Nito's power in some way. Everybody in Dark Souls is consistently acquiring souls, and as we see with the Melphinitos here and their magic and their butterflies, which absorb the life energy of things which would otherwise be undead and keep them dead. I wonder if Nito is fulfilling the same purpose, and he's not actually killing people; he's actually just absorbing their soul power
into his
and
being.
Keeping them dead by
That's interesting because he's got such an amazing design in the first game. He's got that stream kind of cloak of souls, and is just made of screaming faces and of souls he's consumed. And
I mean, out of all the great souls that you fight in Dark Souls, he's the one which is clearly an amalgamation of other souls.
Absolutely, and it's actually that's really interesting because the Rotten is how the repeated souls they just through instinct seemingly take on traits of their former selves, and maybe the Rotten who just puts dead bodies onto himself is a kind of misguided attempt to recreate what Nito was doing in his former life. Perhaps not doing it correctly, it wasn't working, and ended up being this horrible, disgusting.
Well, Nito wasn't exactly all kind of fucking flowers and sunshine, was he?
No, that's very true. The reason I'm here is because I think that NPC turns up somewhere around here, but it might be at the other bonfire. So he'll have more to say.
Interesting.
Poor Basilisk. He'll never be free from that cage.
Basilisks presumably don't have souls.
No.
So they can't hollow.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I don't think I prefer that to fighting a hollow basilisk.
Yeah.
That would be quite terrifying.
Gross as well.
I've already seen a few more summon signs in this brief playthrough than we have the previous. I guess the
patch just brought them back.
Yeah, out of the woodwork. Yeah, the other thing that Finito guy said is that he said in the past, that's importantly, he says in the past humans were one with the dark. But he doesn't say what humans are now in relation to the dark.
No.
But it still seems to imply, he then goes to say how stupid you are, basically, for not being able to divine truth from fiction. Oh, anyway, let's talk to the monster.
Here's where I thought, in fact, the bonfire had moved from where it was actually. Right, what have you got to say for yourself?
I believe we've been quoted. Young Apollo, conqueror of fear. What drives your soul to overcome the supposed curse? Life is brilliant, beautiful. It enchants us to the point of obsession.
him?
Yes.
The big slug sperm.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, the old
that stand from humanity. And men assume the freaking fool. These are the roots of our world. Men are props in stated life, and no matter how tender, how exquisite, a lie will remain a lie.
Holy shit.
Do you still desire peace?
Yeah.
Let's
You know, live and let live.
The near true one is here, and not far. But what is it? You, neither born with great mystical ground in my defense. What is it you seek? You cannot even say yourself. We shall meet again.
Wow, that's interesting. So I wonder, I mean, he again just basically reconfirmed what the Finito said about men being synonymous with dark. We kind of, I think, me and Richard came to that conclusion when we were playing it through, at least, that humans in some way usher in the dark in a terrible way. But maybe the dark is actually, the dark's kind of terrible effects are a side effect of the gods trying to make men mortal. So the implication from what he just said is that men were given a fleeting existence, humans were given a fleeting existence, suggesting that prior to that everybody was immortal, and only the creation of mortal beings in some way
poisoned the natural order.
Yeah, I don't know. Does that sound reasonable?
I think it's interesting. I think so. It's a sense that perhaps humans came from the pygmy, so humans are all shards of dark in some way. Humanity itself is a manifestation of dark, and the lie is these guys. Oops. That the human form is a lie in itself, is that the true form is just that of pure darkness, and that being as separate entity as we are now in this body is a lie to the godlike figures that see things for how they truly are. So they see humans as frauds for attempting to maintain their individuality when they should be part of this great mass of dark manners, perhaps, or some true god form.
Oh, lots of eggs.
Try not to crush these, I think. That is unavoidable. They enrage more drakes the more you crush, I think.
Yeah, I bet.
Let's have a look around.
Oh, I could hear a twinkling of a titanite thing. He looks pretty enraged anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he's pissed.
Oh shit, have you really got to fight this same fight that you had before?
Yep, there are a few of these guys around. But, in a bit of an easier arena, to be honest, because you can't flap away. Still on that.
You can still stamp on your face.
Still won't be.
Oh,
balls.
the old tail swing. Oh wow, yeah, look at that tail.
Ouch. Got wanged real good. Yeah, so, this NPC seems to be just kind of stating things a bit more clearly than the rest of Dark Souls 2's kind of meandering.
I don't know, we were actually kind of getting to this. That was what's so strange about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's more to come as well. Like, it does really keep its lore late in the game. But I suppose Dark Souls does as well. But,
yeah, that's true.
I think it's like almost a riskier proposition in Dark Souls 2, because in Dark Souls 1 you would just play the game merrily thinking it was a game without a plot, whereas in Dark Souls 2 you could think it was a cheap knockoff. Whereas in I don't think it is. The more we've played it, and I was quite slightly feeling slightly uncharitable towards it initially, simply because it has a kind of impossible job, really, of following Dark Souls. But the more we get into the Vendrick stuff, the more I've been impressed by it, really.
The Vendrick stuff is genuinely really good. Revenue found is so good.
I'll let me tell you, Tom, if I was the kind of wanker who was writing a protracted essay about Dark Souls and its relationship to divine predestination within the Arthurian myth, and I am, I would find Dark Souls 2 particularly interesting because it kind of puts on the nose a lot of the things that Dark Souls 1 implies in ways which are eminently quotable, which is useful.
It's nice to have it follows through on Dark Souls 1 in that way, and it's good to see that there is a plan. Dark Souls 1 wasn't just Dark Souls 1 left a lot of stuff up in the air, and to have that confirmed is satisfying.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Just the last few episodes, because I was listening through them again while I was editing them, and I was too monged with a cold really to appreciate what was being said the first time around. But the assassin figure that you find, who's being caged by his alter ego essentially, says a lot of interesting things about the nature of free will, essentially, in the world, and what constitutes good and evil in a world in which there is an element of fate at work. And obviously Dark Souls is really obsessed with the idea of fate, partly because it likes to fake you out with the idea of you following in this hero's journey, as in the kind of the myths of old. But actually, it's all being used to deceive you. I think the two games are just extraordinarily aware, not just of like plundering the tropes of myth for the reason of kind of like an aesthetic setting, but they actually understand how myths work and why myths are political and why myths are repeated with political intent throughout the centuries to kind of to reflect the ideologies of the time. And it's what that guy just said, Framp 2, whatever it's when he actually turns out to be, is particularly apposite in that regard, I think.
Ooh. Do you think it subverts the the idea of myth by throwing you to being so deliberately obtuse and plaguing you with so much deliberate uncertainty? Because you're not a hero in any sense. We were talking about this when we were going through the land of the dead, where the Melphonesis was singing people to sleep, and we were just kind of barging through and just kind of.
This isn't a good thing we're doing.
No, definitely not. And it's kind of true for a lot of the things you do in Dark Souls 1. You basically find the most beautiful things in that world and kill them.
Yeah.
And like that, it's like it's for the sake of power. There is no kind of chivalric quest at work.
Whoop.
I'm gonna stop talking and kill this one. Gosh. Good hitting in this game as well.
Yeah, well, I think that's exactly it. I guess it is a subversion of myth, but it's also exactly what myth does, right? I mean, myths are used in order to give people the right to do things which are wrong. One of the key things in the way that the chivalric myths, and particularly the King Arthur, is used, is that it's the way that it's presented provides people with reasons to depose kings.
Yes.
Because the story of Arthur is the story of a death of a king, and whether to what extent his power derives from God or is fated is a question, and to what extent it's right then or against God to depose a king whose power has come from God. And then of course the question is, can you depose a bad king because he's become powerful through divine predestination? God's given him this power. So is it ungodly to then depose him? And this is like a question which is the most important question during pretty much the Middle Ages to something like the 16th, 17th century, when well into the reign of the Stuarts, the idea of the divine right of kings continues, and in Dark Souls it's all about trying to you're misled by a myth, the myth of the kind of hero, into potentially killing a king who's been a bad king, who's let the land go to waste. He's committed terrible crimes against his people. I mean, maybe he's not such a bad king. You end up thinking in the Dark Souls, maybe he sacrificed himself in a big way. But nonetheless, you are duped by the structure of myth into performing certain actions in order to depose a king, and that can't be more Arthurian, really.
I guess, it's that idea of myth as a tool that reframes morality for convenient, whatever's convenient to the people in power at the time. Can I get past the drain without waking
I think he's awake.
Let's go get him. It's really interesting reading about like the chivalric knights, like careerist knights who were at the behest of like holy, like they had to basically give them holy crusades to keep them in business because they were also very important part of not like moral trends at the time were upheld by goodly knights, that kind of thing. But they're also kind of it was necessary to give nobles something to do. There are loads of like pragmatic reasons behind the romantic notion of being a knight, of being a hero, which is really interesting. Of course, the interesting about Dark Souls is that your rulers it's not the Pope or some human figure, it's unknowable god beings who communicate their wants through just weird, nonsensical statements. It's a good animation loop to exploit this one, I've discovered. We'll discover more about the Emerald Queen, actually. The story is weird. I mean, who are we working for at the moment?
Fuck knows.
Exactly. Gosh.
Well, that's that's the kind of idea of the idea of the quest in itself. The one reason, I'm just going to talk at you. I'm sorry, Tom, but one of the reasons I've got such a throbbing knob on for Arthurian myth is that I really think that it has structured the way that Western society acts in such a profound way, like that fundamental myth, and it comes from the notion of, it comes from philosophical arguments, the notion of whether you're fated, whether good things can happen to bad people, whether if you have something bad happen to you, then that is a reflection on your innate character in some way. And what the idea of the chivalric idea of adventure is to put yourself you kind of prostrate yourself before fate, essentially, and say, am I a good person or am I a bad person? Test me, and then I will find out whether God likes me or not, essentially. And then my fate will be justly deserved. So that's that. I mean, the word adventure from that area, or aventure, is synonymous with the notion of chance. And there's, not in the kind of statistical sense, but like chance and grace and adventure are all these combined concepts. So the idea that you go out on a quest is to kind of to discover whether you're a good person or a bad person and what God has in store for you, essentially. And it's weird how much that mindset has infected our view. Like even up into the kind of gold rush era of America, you would hear people say, I'm going out to seek my fortune. And I think I can't speak for other cultures particularly, but I think it's like it's almost like quite a poisonous mindset, really. Oh wow, okay. Hello.
He's back.
In a smaller form.
Oh, couldn't fit in the building. Oh, he's quite cute. It's interesting that he bursts out of the bonfire, because obviously that's how you must meet him the first 2 times.
Shackle my falsehoods the earth, unaware of his grand illusion, until a curse touches the flesh. We are bound by this yoke. His truth is after time. All men trust fully the illusion of life. But is this so wrong? The construction of facade, and yet a world full of wounds and scandals. No, are you intent on shattering the yoke, spoiling this wonderful force?
shattering the yoke
of life.
Of the illusion of life.
No, I don't know. I quite like life.
Yeah.
I mean, Dark does seem to be pretty shitty, but then maybe we just haven't seen it in the right light.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not really on board with him. I didn't think that was the path we were necessarily going on.
No, I think you posed exactly the opposite point in our last meeting.
Yeah, I thought we were.
I thought we were pro-life.
Yeah, I thought we were breaking the cycle of.
Shall we say no to him?
Yes.
I am Aldia.
Holy shit!
I sought to shed the yoke of fate. Now, I only will an answer. Seek the throne. Seek light, dark, and what lies beyond.
Wow. Okay.
Law bomb. He's the king's brother. Holy shit.
Doesn't look well, does he?
No, things have gone wrong with him.
But he also tried to. So he presumably after his brother popped his didn't pop his clogs, stayed in his clogs rotting.
Yes.
Then Aldia took on he took his soul.
Well, no, because King Vendrick's soul can actually be found, and it's definitely not in Aldia. In fact, it's somewhere else completely. It's in the Shrine of Amana. You'll find the King's soul there. We'll go get it later.
So why did so he was just saying that he was trying, but he implied that he was on the same path that you are, which is the path of the chosen undead.
Yes, it seems that way though, because we just passed through Aldia's mansion, and Aldia's thing was experimentation, wasn't it? It was dissecting giants and coming up with weapons and ways to thwart the undead curse for his brother. Maybe that quest to thwart the undead curse is kind of what he's talking about when he's talking about getting out of the cycle, breaking down the laws of this universe.
Where's that coming from?
A shitty wizard in a tower somewhere.
A shitty wizard.
Not another one. Come on. Stop trying to hit me. Ow.
What?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Oh. What?
I don't know what happened there.
Never mind, it's already around the corner.
Cool.
I don't know how, I wonder what Aldia did to get to that stage.
I don't know.
There's a history of shitty things happening to characters who try to bend the order of things in Dark Souls when it comes to the Witch of Izalith and...
well, he presumably that's the scholar of the first sin, right?
Yes, presumably,
So he was looking into what the Witch of Izalith was trying to do. That
makes sense, actually, doesn't it? And then maybe that's why he looks a little bit like the a bug form. Jonk.
So was the Witch of Izalith, did she come up with her solution, essentially, for the undead problem before or after the arrival of humanity?
Good question.
I mean, I've always assumed it was afterwards.
Yeah, me too. She was trying to relight the first flame to bring power back to the gods. That's right, isn't it? So it's through the flame that they retain their strength, which is what you're doing by lighting the bonfires in Dark Souls 1, linking the fire.
Yeah. A motif which is possibly pointlessly reproduced here? Hard to say. Oh, jeez, wow, okay, yeah.
Get out of the way of that.
Big swinging dick there.
Blimey. So this is, where we are is also the result of Aldia's experimentation. This is tacked onto his mansion. So a lot of this is him trying to recreate the dragons.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Which is another part of his, I'm supposed to run past this guy.
What?
Bullshit.
How many souls have you got in there? Quite a few, actually.
18k.
Not that many.
Yeah, it's not much at this stage of the game.
Man. Boink.
Kill the wizard.
Rah!
I got this.
You're fine.
There we go.
They can't come through small doors.
This bit's hard.
Okay. It's fine.
Take it quite carefully.
I like the. I like this place though.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Beautiful.
Great place.
Really good lighting. Unlike so many areas of Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, this is definitely one they paid some attention to. Fuck you.
Oh god. I don't think this is going to go well, Tom. He did it!
Those
Rolled
guys,
straight past
those
them.
guys will whack me unless I kill these guys, that's for sure. Oh. Just occurs to me we've no rings on. Still, didn't fix that problem.
You what?
We've got no rings on.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of those buffs still... Oh.
Who needs rings when you have the talent of Tom Senior? Killing blow, not quite yet.
We're doing loads of damage there, that's good. God, that's exciting.
Ah! These guys are pretty tasty, aren't they?
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like them actually.
They do have a lot longer reach than you think they might.
They've got mega conk.
That is a mean move they do there.
Mm.
I also noticed in between our last play session and this, watched a video about King Vendrick and what's the name of that? It's a smelter demon, isn't it?
Oh yes.
Creates. Well, I assume that we'll come to discover more about his myth later on as we go through the memories, which we haven't done yet.
Yep.
But I noticed just in the video of the smelter demon that was in this YouTube clip that he has one of the sphincter faces of the giants.
Huh. Oh, he does, yes. But with like horns. Created horns. That's interesting. It's just he was because the king was obsessed with the giants. Like
the Iron King.
Sorry, not the Iron King. Sorry, Vendrick was. Oh, well, maybe the Iron King was as well if he was trying to recreate their strength in some way.
But it's interesting, like the. Maybe we'll get to this later as we discover more about the plot. I feel like I kind of spoilt it a bit for myself watching this video, but that video implied that the other kings, like King Vendrick was the king of this land, essentially. Then the land fell into ruin, and other kings came and took little pieces of it, including the Iron King. So actually, the Iron King is a much more recent person, and they're
that explains why their myths don't cross over then.
But maybe that's bollocks. I don't know. There was no kind of citations in this YouTube video. So.
Yeah, it's speculation.
What are you going to put on, Tom?
Let's see. Let's get some extra defense. We've got some more HP now.
You usually wear that, don't you? Protection +1. Can you upgrade rings from the blacksmith?
No, I think you have to find better rings. So I think there might be a steel protection +2 out there somewhere.
Waiting for you.
There we go.
A ring with your name on it.
Lovely. Alright, we're a bit more tasty now, that's good. I also can just run past most of these people.
Oh look, there's an invisible
wall. Oh yeah,
there.
I forgot, I just I triggered that Pharaoh's Hawkstone and failed to do this.
Boing! It's not a mimic. Whoa, lots of things. Tights. Excellent. I always thought you'd look good in tights, Tom.
So did I.
What were all those things? They sounded like mage items.
They're like wizardy things.
Wizardy things.
Shitty wizardy things.
What was in that other room? Downstairs and on the left there. I mean, I think you did stick your head in, but we didn't have a kind of proper look around. Is there?
Oh,
look,
there's a chest.
There's another chest. And somebody's left a useful hint, no doubt, as well on the floor.
Blood around here.
Bonfire aesthetic. Cool. Wow, that's a good job we got that. Praise the sun!
Very nice area.
It's lovely. Charming.
Ooh. So the weird kind of stone structures, the giant pillars of stone, they do look constructed to me.
Oh yeah.
Obviously as impromptu kind of eyries for, is that how you pronounce it, eyries? For the drake things.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know how you pronounce it. Eyrie?
Eyrie maybe, yeah.
Eyrie.
Eyrie.
Eyrie. Shitty bloody wizards.
I'm just going to drag these guys over here.
Lovely dodging.
They've got our adaptability is quite tasty.
Oh, blimey. Well,
actually, they're not going to get through that hole, are they? Obviously. Onwards.
You're trying to shut the door?
Yeah.
I'm not in here. Quietly close the door.
Don't mind me.
Wow, look at that sky. Is that sky? No, it's just some kind of near fog, isn't it? Or is it the sky that's whipping across like that?
No, it's some sort of wind blowing across the whole. Imply that we're really high up. Fuck you.
Oh, God. Oh, wow, I did not think you were in range there.
This is bad.
It's really hard to tell what their effective distance is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really hard to separate them as well, really. They're hard to deal with if they're both slashing away. Oh, he's stuck. That's good news. Good news. If I could just...
Ah! Oh!
Ow. Oh.
Yeah, this is tricky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a tough staircase because those guys are pretty.
So what are
well.
they? Up there. What are we waiting? What are we trying to get these guys out of the way for?
Well, I think we're just making our way up into the castle. But the guys on the steps there are very quick and they'll chase you everywhere and combo you. And if there are sluggish guys swinging away at the same time, it's just not really going to happen.
I see.
The good thing is that I'm doing loads of damage with the Zwei.
Good old Zwei. Would a bit of
magic.
Adding a bit of spunk to it.
Yeah, I can spunk it up. Might do that.
Do like it around here though. It's very nice, very nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, man.
It's coming for you.
Yeah, man.
Magic. It doesn't. What the fuck is it? It can't even hit you from there.
Okay. Broad dynamic lighting in this area as well, like dragon shadows flying across the place. Really cool. Round 3 or 4.
Who knows?
Losing track now.
I think it's your turn to edit these ones, so you can decide how many.
I can cut out my failures. Yeah, it's true. So,
wow, you did it first time, Tom. Amazing.
I know, that's how good I am, Marsh.
Oh man.
Scary fuckers.
That so doesn't hit you. Oh. Otherwise, that's. Oh wow! Do you block that?
Yeah.
Oh nice! You can actually entirely block it. Oh well, there you go. That's useful to know.
Oh yeah. It doesn't even take off much stamina. Trying to be fancy with my rolling.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
Oh man. Kill him.
Oof. Youch.
What was blocking then?
I think maybe it just reduced. I don't know. You could flame one. Flame the weak one.
Of course. Oh,
or maybe not. She's coming for you. So. Oh no!
Shit.
I thought you had him there. Man, this is a tough fight, but it's good. Like, man. If only they're hitting in synchronism? You know what I mean.
Fuck synchronism. Yeah, if only they're...
Oh, Oh God. Good swig. Right.
Yes.
You're for it, pal. Said the person not playing.
He is though. It's true.
What? Retrieval! Have it, son. There you go. Right, these guys.
Next stage 2 of the gauntlet. Wipe the sweat off my palms. Sip of beer to ready myself.
Glug, glug, glug. Very nice. This little man run past us holding a bow there.
Running away from
Obviously
these
that was
guys.
his strategy.
Yeah, not unreasonable.
Oh, cool. Aggro just one. That's cool. Wow. Wow, these guys look interesting.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Oh, good job is I can fuck their boys, so to speak. Oh, these are not too bad with the Zwei.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So these guys have kind of like an armor set that I wouldn't really associate with any of the powers that we've come to encounter so far.
Excellent.
Give us an item so we can read your lore. No,
They're
denied.
refused. We could eat a strange coin, but I don't think we've seen many more of those.
Yeah,
Anyway.
very weird. I mean, I suppose they had more like a goat head than a bull head. Like the bull would suggest the Iron King, but boing. You're gonna fight these guys or run past them?
I try and run past them. They're pretty fierce.
I can hear the others getting quite close. There we are. Like his two-handed hold on that weapon, Quinn.
Yeah, you can combo really hard if he wants to. Oh, that's not good as I remembered. Clunk. Good. I think we're through. Phew. Exciting.
Yep.
And look who we get to meet now.
It's your mother, Tom.
Oh, what's she doing in this game? Oh my.
Yeah. She needs to, get on her armpits. So I think they're a bit unruly.
Give him a trim.
That's not what was said. What? Ashen Mist Heart, eh? Is this the same dragon we found in the Ash Lake in Dark Souls 1?
It is not.
No, okay.
It is not, I can confirm. The curse of life is the curse of want is an important phrase in this game. Because there's another reference to want, which is very important, which we'll discover later. Yeah, there's nothing more to say.
Well, desire and greed are always the downfall of people in, pretty much every
myth.
every myth ever.
Yeah, very true. We can fight him, and it's one of the hardest fights in the game. So let's not do that.
No, he seemed perfectly friendly. I'm not up for fighting people who are not hostile to us, especially.
Look at him. He's kind of nonchalant the way he's kind
of him, huh?
He's reclining there, Yeah, he's
got his little hands crossed.
Yeah, he has. It's quite it's quite demure. Yeah,
Dormy like one of your French dragons.
Right, let's have a look at what we just got. This Keemajig. I always forget. I always get lost in the menus. Dark Souls.
What I didn't.
Here are the keys. Good.
Notice.
Frozen Flower?
I don't remember getting Frozen Flower.
Oh, that'll be a DLC thing, actually.
Of course it is, yeah. So, so this is the thing that lets you get into the memories. So we can go back to the dragon in the spider chamber and...
find out what the hell the deal with that is.
Cool, yeah. Okay, that's right.
Things. Manifestation of ash and mist received from the ancient dragon. The magic of this ancient dragon allows one to delve into the memories of the withered. It took me ages to find out what it meant by memories of the withered. It was really ages.
You know the internet, Tom?
Ages. Well, I wanted to do it properly, you know.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I wanted to unravel the lore as was intended by the developers. But I did end up giving up and just looking it up. The withered refers to the state of giants that have died. You know, they become those trees. Right, feather. There.
Well, that might be the end of this episode. That might be a fucking long episode. Yeah. I have no idea how long we've been playing.
Pretty significant shit went down though in this episode. Yeah. I feel like we've turned a corner in lore-wise this game. For now, fare thee well.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, traveller.